Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So even in the previous video we had seen regarding that basically about the confidence interval for a population proportion. Right? This was a topic that we had seen in the previous video and we had discussed about a lot in that. Now, even I had told you about how do you know that you are dealing with a proportion problem. So I told you several criteria. From that you can just say that okay, you are dealing with a proportion problem or you are not dealing with a proportion problem, right? That thing I have previously mentioned. Now, today I have some more cases here. Now I have defined here p dash and basically that was equal to x upon n, right? X was basically binomial random variable and n was the number of trials. Now I have several conditions that if the value for n is large, p is small and all those things I have, right? So now that I would be discussing that with you. So for that let me just quickly choose one different color and let's begin up with the topic for you. So I have a condition here that when n is large, basically the value that is n is basically my number of trial. Let me just go above and show you this thing. Here I have written even in the previous video that n is equal to the number of trials, right? So when the value for n is large, okay, if I am having the value for n is large and my second condition which applies to the same one is that and p is small p, okay, I've written this and p is not close to and p is not close to 0 or 1. So p was basically my success, right? Let me show you that thing where I have just added on. Yeah, p was my probability of a success. Just have a look over this line which I have underlined, okay? So p was my probability of success. So now my condition is that if the value for n is large and p, that is my probability for a success, is not close to 0 or 1, then what we can use, what formula to use in that case? Okay, just 1 second. Right here. So I would just write here that we can use the normal distribution. We can use the normal distribution to approximate the binomial. Okay, we can basically use the normal distribution to approximate. I would just write approximate here to approximate the binomial, right? That is here we have taken as p dash. Fine. So if this is condition that basically the value for n is large and even the value for p is not close to 0 or 1, then what you can do is that you can use a normal distribution to approximate the binomial, right? Now for that, what formula can I just have a look over that? So x is basically approximately equal to n and in the bracket it would be n multiplied by p. This is dot, that is multiplication sign. I hope you all know, right? And even I just put one comma sign and come under root n dot p dot q and I would just put the bracket. Fine. So this is the formula which I can apply here when I basically have the conditions which I just mentioned right now. Okay. Now next thing that comes here is that now I have even some more formulas to apply here. Conditions. Now, if we, second thing that if I basically, let's say if we, okay, if we divide the random variable by n, okay, basically what I do, if we divide the random variable, okay, the random variable that we have, if I divide it by n, then basically what we have, random variable here is my capital X, right, that we have taken. So X basically approximately equal to n. So that X which I have just taken here is just my random variable, right? So if we divide the random variable by n, okay, the mean by n, the mean which we have taken, the mean by n, mean is my n dot p, right, the mean by n, and the standard deviation by n, and the I would just simply write here as SD, not too much large name. So I will just write here SD and the standard deviation by n. So standard deviation is under root n dot p dot q, right? So if I divide the random variable n, the mean n and the standard deviation by n, okay, then basically what we get. So I can just write here that we get a normal distribution. We get, I would just add here, we get a normal, and let me come down so that I can just even write it properly. So we get a normal distribution. Okay, we get a normal distribution of proportion proportion, I would just write that thing here, of proportion with p dash. P dash we had taken as the variable, right, that we had taken previously. Same is continuing here as well. So we get a normal distribution of proportion with p dash, and which is basically what it is called. It is called the estimated. It is called the estimated proportion. It is called the estimated proportion as the random variable. As the random as a random variable, right? I would just add this thing like this. Fine. So this is basically what I just get from here. Fine. Now, applying all the things onto the formula, what I'll be just getting is that, so I wrote that I would be dividing the capital X, that is my range random variable, by n. So I have done that thing, right? Now, after that, next what I have here, I'll be putting that equal to sign. P dash is approximately equal to n. And I had said that I'll be dividing mean by n. So n dot p is my mean, right? I would divide it by n. After that, what I have, I'll be dividing my standard deviation, that is n dot p dot q. I'm dividing it by n. So I've applied that thing as well, right? So if we just simplify it using algebra here, so after simplification, what we'll be getting as the output is that under root of n dot p dot q divided by n is equal to under root of p dot q divided by n, right? This is the formula that you will be getting here after applying the simplification for the algebra process, right? Come to the next line, come down a little bit. So basically here the p dash, okay, p dash follows a normal distribution now, okay? P dash follows a normal distribution. P dash follows a normal distribution for the proportion, right? For proportion. So it's like this. And what is that formula which I can just write down here? So from the simplification and all the algebra process that I have done. So it is basically P dash is approximately equal to n. In the bracket it is P, comma, and here I can just put the under root of sign and I can just write down P dot Q divided by n. Right, this is the formula which just came after the simplification of all the above things which I have written. Right, now here basically what is the form of the confidence interval? So okay, so here I would be writing that confidence interval has a form. What is the form of that confidence interval? Let me just come down and write down that thing here. So it is basically P dash minus EBP. Okay, EBP is my error bound for proportion. Okay, just make sure to remember this full form, that EBP is my error bound proportion. So P dash minus EBP, comma, P dash plus EBP, right? These are the confidence interval of the form of the confidence interval. Right, now from here you know that what is P dash. Okay, so P dash is basically x by n. So from here that P dash is actually the estimated proportion. I will just add on this thing here. I would just write the estimated proportion, okay, the estimated proportion of successes, I would just write that thing here, double S, fine. So P dash is the estimated proportion of success. X is basically what is now the X which I have defined in new term. So X is basically the number of success, okay. So it is basically the number of successes. And what about the n, the number which I have taken? So n is basically the size of my sample, as we had just this thing previously, right? The size of sample, let's say. Okay, so these are the three terms which I mentioned here, and these are the meanings that P dash is basically the estimated proportion of success, X is basically the number of success, and n is basically the size of sample. After this, basically now what is the error bound for a proportion? Right now I've just mentioned EBP. Now if I just have to find that EBP, then what do I have? So for finding out that EBP, so I would just write that the error, okay, let me write that E as capital here. So that is the error bound proportion, okay, error bound proportion, right, like this, right? So the error bound proportion is the formula for that is basically EBP is equal to small z, that is alpha by 2. Small z, that same thing which we had seen in the previous things, right? Same thing. Put a multiplication sign, then under root of P dash minus Q dash. This is Q, okay? Make sure P dash minus Q dash upon N. So basically, what is the value for Q dash? So Q dash is 1 minus P dash. So if you just want to find out the Q dash value, so you'll be like subtracting the value for P dash from 1. Right. So this is actually what we have as the error bound proportion here. Right. So these are some few conditions and some few formulas. Let me now just put on the things once again here in a brief way. So basically, if we have the value for n as large and p is basically not close to 0 or 1, the values are 0 or 1, then what we can use a normal distribution to approximate the binomial, and the formula for that is mentioned here. Let me quickly take out one highlighter so that I can just highlight the main formulas, because here I have mentioned too many formulas, right? So this one is the main one. So now if we divide the random variable by n, mean by n, and the standard deviation by n, so we get a normal distribution of proportion with p dash, and which is basically called my estimated proportion as a random variable. Right, so this one is the thing which I have just said right now, that if I divide the mean, the standard deviation and the x by n, so this is basically what I just mentioned right now. Now if I basically simplify all of these things, and if I just come to a final place, so this is the final output, final formula which I can just say from here, that this is the one which I can just find out using finding the some simplification and all those things. Right. Now basically, what is the form for the confidence interval which we have here? So in this, basically we have P dash minus EBP and P dash plus EBP. So EBP is basically my error bound for the proportion, and what is the value for P dash? How will be finding that? So that is x divided by n. Now here basically what is x? So okay, first deal with the P dash. So basically P dash is my estimated proportion of success. Okay, x is basically the number of success, and n is basically the size of the sample which we have here, right? And after that, finally the formula for the error bound proportion is EBP is equal to z divide alpha by 2 multiplication P dash by Q dash, sorry, P dash multiplied by subtract Q dash and divided by n. Right, and how to find out that Q dash? So finding out that Q dash, what you can just do is that you can subtract P dash minus 1. Right, so I hope that you have got a clear and a fair idea regarding all the formulas which we have here in this confidence interval for the proportions, right? So here we have the confidence interval for the population proportion. So all the formulas are clearly mentioned and all the conditions are clearly mentioned. Now in the next video we'll be seeing one example regarding the same, so that you can have a better idea of the topic, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.